Welcome friends to another draft of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I'm Nico aka Ananda MTG, trying to make the magic happen, so without further ado, let's draft. Stoked for a good rare. Our rare is the Alcoven Encampment. Yeah, I mean it is a nice rare, but I don't wanna first pick that. Is it first pickable or is it better than Twin Maw Stormbrood? Not really sure here. I can look up the win rates here. Twin Maw Stormbrood 60%, B+ is the grade, and the Alcoven is a C. Yeah, I thought so. Also we have Sunset Strikemaster, which I do like in the aggressive decks. We have Mystic Monastery, pretty nice card. Triland. We have Twin Bolt, which I think is okay. And yeah, other than that, Riverwalk Technique is pretty nice. But this is just a pretty reasonable card. Happy to pick it up here. Pick number 2. We have an Ambling Stormshell. That is actually also a pretty nice rare. So I can draw 3 cards. Also we have a Cory. And so I think Ambling Stormshell is pretty nice. So I think I should take it over the Cory, even though the Cory would be a nice addition to my Twin Maw Stormbrood. But I can still, if I end up in Jeskai, I can still play this. And if I find some more controlling good Sultai or Timur cards, or maybe even the slow controlling Jeskai deck, I can go for that. Here we have Delcovan Pack Beasts, which I think is pretty reasonable card. It's very nice in the aggressive deck. Here it's just a 0-free blocker. Also we have Urani's Rebuff and Riverwalk Technique. Pretty nice spells though. Also Piercing Exhale, which I do like. So I'm thinking I should go, let's pick this card up. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice card. Here we have Rolling Dragonstorm. Also I do like that one. Fortress Kinguard is nice. So it looks like white might be open. Also Devoted Duelist. I think Fortress Kinguard's just a little nicer because it can make a second token if we end up in tokens. Which, yeah, at the moment it might look like that. It's pretty okay. Here we have Tough Spot, deciding between Dispelling Exhale, Caustic Exhale. Host of the Hereafter is just not too good. Wall of War also is kind of just okay-ish. I think I should take the Caustic Exhale, or you know what, I'll take the Stormplane Detainment. That's just a pretty good white removal spell. Hardened Tactician is also okay. Poised Practitioner, that can grow whenever I cast a second spell. Also Unending Whisperer here. Not sure which is the best card. Also this might be okay. So we could build an aggressive white deck that later turns into Jeskai Flurry or maybe even Control. Not sure. Is it possible to do it like this? I'll try, and I'll take the Monastery Messenger. You know what? Sacrifice a token. That's a maybe. That is a big maybe here. So also we have a Dragon Sniper, pick number 7. Bearer of Glory also pumps. It can pump my whole team, which I do like. So at the moment we are more of a, actually, if we ignore this and this, maybe we're more of a Mardu deck. Probably we should consider going into that. Cancel. Effortless Master is okay, but I think the Windscarred Crag just enables us to go into Boros or Jeskai. So I'll take that. And here we arrive at pick number 9. So let's just look. Let's just see. People took, I'm opening 17 lands here for those of you who don't know. It's a third-party tracker, looks like this. So we can see, okay, people took the Jeskai stuff. People took the Mardu stuff. People didn't take those cards, which we should start pivoting back into blue control, because that is what people are not taking here. Next pick, people took this. You know, Kishla, Skimmer, Mori, Count McCory, and this is what's left. So no one is in black. Probably should consider going into black. From this pack, I will take the Unrooted Ancestor, sure. Try to do the token thing, black and white token thing, I think. Maybe, or maybe even the Boros stuff. Wild Ride, is that nice? Haste, yeah, sure, I think it can work. Fire Rim Form is also okay, but I think I'd rather have the Harmonize card. Don't really know if I want to play that though. It's just a big maybe here. Also, Seized Opportunity and Focus the Mind. So blue and white is definitely not a deck that I should draft, but if it comes my way, Trade Route Envoy, pick number 14. Okay, so here we have a Sage of Disguise, and whatever deck we might end up in, the Sage of Disguise is a pretty darn good addition to any deck, okay? So happy to pick that up. If I can just make 2 of those for 3 mana when I cast it as my second spell, and that's just insanely good, I think. Also, this pack has a Jeskai Shrinekeeper, Sandstep Citadel, the Dirger Island Dragon. So let's just take the Sage of the Skies. And here we have New Way Forward. The next time a source of your choice would deal combat damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, New Forward deals that much damage to that source's controller and you draw that many cards. That is pretty nice. Also, we have a Taigam, and I think Taigam also, we can build a blue and white tempo aggro-y kind of deck, I think. Also, we have an Uncoordinated Maneuver, but this is just too good. Creating of every second spell I get a free copy that comes in 4 turns later. And here we have Anafenza. So let's just go mono white. Dragonstorm Forecaster, also nice, but I'll just keep taking the good white rares that come my way. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies. So here we have Riling Dawnbreak, if that would fit my aggressive strategy. We have Alicia's Legacy as a black card, but I think we should just be white instead of trying to splash cards of colors that are not just mediocre or not as good. Here we have another Stormplane Detainment. It seems like no one is in black and white, but I think Mobilize 1. When this creature or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. That is a pretty nice Mobilize payoff. But I'll take the Stormplane Detainment because, you know what? In whatever deck we might end up, here is Rebellious Strike versus Mystic Monastery, and I think, you know, so the problem is those are just late game cards. We have pretty decent blue control cards, and we have pretty decent white aggressive cards. So just take the Rebellious Strike, take the Mystic Monastery, because if we find some real nice red cards or Jeskai Devotee, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this gets +1/+1. Not too fond of that. Humbling Elder is okay as a combo trick. Ardent Tactician, not sure if that is really worth splashing for. I'd rather be red and white. But we have so many good blue cards. So it would just be crazy, actually. Let's take the Tranquil Cove. Yeah, it's not hard to figure out what we're trying to do here. We can also say these are just good white cards and good blue cards, and we're just gonna take the good white and good blue cards and make a good deck, and don't think about that. So it's a mid-range deck, whatever. That's fine for me, I think. Bewildering Blizzard. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? Try to be aggressive and then stabilize and then just cast my good stuff here. Let's think of the deck like this. Maybe this can work. Draw a card, harmonize, flying, mobilize. Essence Anchor. Okay, so that is just too much. I'm not gonna play an Essence Anchor in this deck, but maybe I should. Maybe I should just, though. Surveilling one in a deck that can decides if it wants to be aggressive or controlling. Why not? Well, then it's automatically not too aggressive, but let's take the Gurmag Night Watch. And here we have Temur Battlecry. We have Duty Beyond Death, but we don't have that many Mobilize payoffs. We'd rather have Stormplane Detainment, I guess. Taking that is a thing. It's a good. I think it's pretty good to have 3 copies of Stormplane Detainment. It's our only removal spells, so we have that Riverwalk technique as well. And we have a Constrictor Sage, which I think we could count as removal. Not sure if I want to play the Boulderborn Dragon. Do we want to also splash black? We have Dragon's Prey here. We have Mardu Devotee and Rebellious Strike. And I think we should just take the Rebellious Strike. Although Mardu Devotee is also pretty good 1-drop. Scrying too is a very nice ability. And Teeming Dragonstorm, so we just take all the good white cards and try to be a pretty white focused deck that just tries to be insanely fast, I think. Do we splash for the removal for Narset's Rebuke? I think we could do that. Yeah. Here we have Wingblade Disciple, Flying Flurry Creature, Iridescent Tiger, Lightfoot Technique Coordinated Maneuver. That is also a nice removal spell, and I think before splashing red we should just try our go wide stuff here. Or should we take the Wingblade Disciple? We are like Stormplane Detainment, why not? Playing a 4th copies, 4 copies, playing a 4th copy is just nice. So we have solid removal. And now we have... That is just crazy. Riverwalk Technique, Twin Bolt, Windscarred Crack. Now we don't wanna be red. I think we just don't wanna be red. We, like maybe for the Jeskai Shrinekeeper. That would be worth splashing, I think. Yeah, I'll take the Duty Beyond Death. Sacrifice a creature. You know what? I'd rather have the Serpent here. Rebellious Strike. Take that. So that is too slow. That is too slow. So the idea, I think, is to be pretty fast, but then also... I know Quayfar, pick 11. No one is in Temur. No one is in... Yeah, interesting stuff happening here. Icefire. Bellringer. Okay, we are a blue-white deck with a red splash. By the way, if you're enjoying this so far, why don't you show some love by hitting that like or subscribe button down below? It really helps the channel grow and I'd appreciate it a lot. You know what? Okay, put out the Gurmag Night Watch. Let's just put out the Humbling Elder. Do we have more Flurry payoff? This is actually Flurry payoff, but I think it's just not good enough. So we want to be kind of aggressive, kind of forward, going pretty fast, and then I think the deck can win. I think this deck is actually a nice deck. Here we have a, do I want the this? I think we don't need that one. 14 creatures, some removal spells. We will draw some cards with the focus in mind. We will bounce the stuff that is in our way with the Serpent and with the Sage. And this will just be too insane. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's put in those cards because I think they're kind of nice. And we have a worse card here. I think, yeah. Nah, I think it's okay like this. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so blue-white tempo deck. And that is the worst hand we could ever draw. But this one is looking a little bit better. So that's okay. Now I'm starting to feel the problems of my deck, I think. But maybe yeah, they ain't over yet here. This day ain't over. Opponent plays a Sultai Devotee. We drew a plains. We'll play an island. Pass the turn. Anafenza is a flashing first striker whenever another non-token creature you control dies. And Anafenza endures. Okay. So let's just, we have those Stormplane Detainments. Let's just get the Anafenza in here. First strike. Adorned Crocodile, sure. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That has +1/+1 and flying, okay. Pass to attackers. Sultai Devotee. Anafenza, please don't have a counter spell. So I can... Ooh, do they have some spell? I'll block the Sultai Devotee. And take 5 damage. Next turn, I'll Stormplane Detainment that Gurmag Night Watch. Don't want a 5/5 flyer here. Snakeskin Veil. Oh, ouch. That hurts. I'll still attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 18. It's good that I have more Stormplane Detainments here, because that needs to be dealt with. 6/6 flying creatures. Not cool here for me. Don't like that. Let's try the Stormplane Detainment it again. Submit 1. Okay, return this aura to their owner's hand. Let's attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 16 and I pass the turn. Opponent draws a card, plays Codis, the Fangkeeper, indestructible. When Codis deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number without paying the cost. No, I don't think so. Stormplane Detainment that Codis. An attack for 2, opponent goes down to 14 life. Now I can start. Focus the mind, draw 3 cards, then discard a card. If I find another land, I can also play the 4. Let's just do this. Endure. 1. Rebellious Strike. Draw a card. Found a land. Nice. Attack for 5, gaining 1 life. Passing the turn. Opponent goes down to 9 life. So blue and white tempo slash control aspects are kind of cool here. Now I'll just... yeah, I'll just cast this. No attacks, not at this point. Happy about that, actually. Pretty happy about it. Opponent places Sipsig Appraiser, sure. And does play a land here, Swamp, sure. Wingspan Stride on that Sage of Fang. Attacks me for 5 in the air. Don't love that here, to be honest. I will have to... ooh, 5 damage to target creature without flying. Ooh, that's kinda shitty. I can't do anything about it, can I? Like, I have 5, 6, 7... yeah, I can't do anything. I think I can attack. I can deal 2 damage. Target creature without flying. Let's just give it a shot like this. Maybe we find something, but I don't think so. We'll draw 3 cards of this attack. And yeah, this, if we had this, we would have managed. 5, 6, 7. But we can't do anything, I think. 4. Let's just play the land. Focus the mind. But that's it, yeah, nothing we can do now. Opponent is just going to attack us for 5. Yeah. Unfortunate. But the deck kinda worked out. Like, alright. I think I'll keep that hand. Yeah, maybe I should just switch stuff and try to be even more aggressive. Because this hand is an ideal aggressive hand here. So which one to play first? Era of Glory or... maybe just created Soldier? No, you know what? It endures 1. I'll play the 2-1. So I can attack 4 more. Okay, passing the turn. Opponent is a Timur deck with Shock Brigade. No blocks. Oh, if I had played the Omen part, I could have blocked. Okay, this is Surak. Can't be countered. Whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of a spell of an opponent controls, draw a card. Ouch. Still, I'll have to kill that before this gets too crazy here, before they draw too many cards. Happy to have that. Attack, go in for 2 damage. Opponent goes down to 19 life. We need to find a land. Definitely. If we don't find a land, we're super screwed. Traveling Botanist entering the battlefield. Jeskai Devotee entering the battlefield. Opponent attacks with a mobilized token plus the Shock Brigade. So we didn't draw a card, which is super, yeah, non-ideal. I'll make this endure to be a 2-3 to be able to block. And I'll not attack here because of the Traveling Botanist. What a nice 2-drop it is. Pretty nice 2-drop actually here. So wow, that hurts here. You just killed whenever this creature becomes tapped. And that has a flurry. Let's kill this one. Okay. Wow, we found a land. So now what's the play? We're at 11 life. Delcovan Pack Beasts, I think. Yeah. Just because it's a good blocker also. Okay, opponent plays a... Wow, what are they doing? They are another synchronized charge. Oh, they harmonized it. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that is a hurtful experience. I'll still take the damage. I'll block this, I think. Just to survive here a little longer. Need to get rid of some of those here. Definitely. Oh, wow. I'll need to get rid of the 4/4. I can take 2 more damage, which I will need to... Yeah, maybe the blue and white archetype is just not good enough here. Azorius is not a deck that is supposed to be built, but I still made one. But now, yeah, I'm feeling the lack, and now I'm feeling the lack of... Ooh, and I didn't block. Okay, opponent plays a defender here, at least a defender. So we need... Yeah, that's just yeah, very, very unfortunate. Defender will not be able to attack, so I will just... I'll make that token. Yeah, being mana stuck is... Yeah. It's very, very unfortunate, but it's also part of the game. So no attacks here. I'm going to... Oh, it can attack as though it didn't have defender. So I can block... Yeah, I cannot do anything. Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Always close calls. Well, this wasn't the closest call, but this was very... Yeah, this was bad luck. Not finding some lands, because I had really strong cards. And I feel that the deck can win. I just... So, I made some small changes. I took out some cards. I made some small changes. I took out some cards. I hope it's... Oh. Oh, man. This can't be happening. This is just... Come on. Keep 5. Ouch. This is just... This is cruel. Sometimes Magic just treats me like... Yeah. I don't want to be treated like this. Okay, opponent draws a card. Opponent has like 10 cards more, 10 more cards than I do. Let's play the Tranquil Cove. And Offensa can be surprising maybe for them. Could come in surprising. Let's just attack. You know what? I'll play the Dalkovan Pack Beast before playing the Offensa. Just because now they didn't cast a creature here. So next turn, okay, counterspell, sure. I can understand this. Plus X, if it targets, if you control the power. Sure, so now I'll have to, and also now not finding the lands. No attacks here. End the turn. I want this, I'm not casting it. I'll cast the Offensa first. But yeah, very, very unfortunate. Very, very unlucky. Passing to attackers. They are passing the turn, okay. Playing that Offensa. Found a land. Still not. Do I have to play it like this? Just before if I... Ow. Yeah. It hurts, it hurts as hell. But... Otherwise, yeah, it would have been stupid not to cast it. Knockout maneuver, sure. And Offensa endures 2, creating a 2/2 spirit here. Okay, Constrictor Sage. I can't cast it, which hurts. What a. Come on, Magic Gods. Give me a land, please. No tap land, just a normal one. Then I can bounce this back. That would just be amazing. It is a tap land, so I'll have to wait. But I'm happy to. It doesn't even bounce it. It just taps it. Puts a stun counter on it. 5 damage is also not enough here. Wow. Yeah, it hurts. It pretty darn hurts. Block like this. And take 4 damage. Snow Melt stack, sure. I want to find my Stormplane Detainment for this, which I didn't. But I can just cast the Constrictor Sage and at least put a stun counter on that here. Still no attacks. Yeah, that was just with mulliganing 2 times. I'm happy. I'm surprised that the board is looking like this. But mulligan 2 times is just now I feel what went wrong. This is just cruel, cruel, cruel. Yeah, nothing going to happen here. That is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate because the draft felt really nice, but obviously the deck didn't work out. It was very, very tough. I should have. Let me know. Should I have gone into black-white? Should I have? What should I have done? The best cards that were coming my way were just blue and white. Let me know in the comments how you would have done it, and I wish you a nice day.